No intro, let's get right into it. So not every album can suit your fancy, right? This we all know. But can your favorite band who you revere as musical gods release some absolutely blasphemous material? You bet your least favorite child they can. In fact, you know what? Cut the music. I haven't listened to this album since it came out, and that's a streak I'm gonna keep going. I'm not saying that this is bad music, far from it. It's just not Linkin Park. I thought my depression started in high school, but it might have started when this album came out. Artists like to evolve and change their style. I get that. Sometimes they need to, for their own good. However, if Minutes to Midnight was a lane change, then this was jumping onto the highway beneath them. Like my 9-year-old brain couldn't understand why my favorite band had veered so far from the holy trinity of their previous work. All I heard was a bunch of electronic noise. Now as I've grown older, I don't hate this album as much, but I still don't have much love for it. The Catalyst is the only song I really like, and there are a few others that are okay, but overall, not an album with many fond memories. I honestly don't have too much to comment on this album. I like the return to the heavier sound, but it wasn't quite on the level as their earlier work. There are some good songs though. Another album that I didn't like on release, but has slowly grown on me over time, though certainly much more than 1,000 Suns. Burn It Down is a banger of a track, and like always, Linkin Park knows how to make a sick music video to accompany it. I will say though, this album is carried by its singles, but that's how most albums come across to me. I have always hated remixes. Why would you take a perfectly good song and throw it into the electric blender for no reason? So despite this being the second album released by Linkin Park, I did not listen to it until just recently, with the exception of the portions they included in their live performances. However, I gotta say, I really like this album. If you're gonna remix music, you might as well be the ones that created it. This album has a lot of features on it, but by far the best is Jonathan Davis on One Step Closer. His voice blends with Chester's so well, and it is just such a powerful combo. Also, the cover for this album might be their best one ever. And here we are, the lane change. Half of this album is really good, and half of it isn't as much. The heavier tracks like Given Up, No More Sorrow, Bleed It Out, and What I've Done, sorta, are Linkin Park at its finest. Some of the softer tracks, though, are also pretty good. This was Chester's real opportunity to show that he could sing as good as he could scream, and he more than delivered.
I ordered a Frappuccino. Where's my fucking Frappuccino? Alright, let's do this.
I mean, it's two of the biggest musical acts of all time collaborating. How could you not enjoy it? I love watching the making of this album and seeing how much of a genius Mike Shinoda really is. Also, Chester is funny as fuck, and that's always a bonus.
I have no soul. I'm an angry white guy.
Every single track on this album bangs, and you just wish they did even more.
Bitch!
While both albums are GOAT-worthy, I personally feel that Meteora is slightly better. If you want to talk impact in the music world, however, this album is something else entirely. Nu metal was already popular, but these guys did it like no one else had ever done, and on such a higher level as well. I don't even have much to say, as this album just speaks for itself in any conversation it is brought up in. Marvel in its beauty. Marvel in the mastery of lyrics, guitar, drums, record scratching, and just everything. Like Hybrid Theory, every single song on this album is a banger. If you like softer tracks, there's Numb. If you like electronic, there's Breaking the Habit, or the best credit song ever, Session. And of course, everything else is peak metal music. And that's the list. If you disagree with anything, I'm sure you've already warped to the comment section to type out your angry message that will have absolutely no effect on me, but feel free to go ahead and proceed.
I won't waste myself